Welcome to my bold and beautiful Today's Show channel. I hope today fantastic for everyone. Please hit the subscribes button and give this video thumbs up. Steffi catches Luna and Finn together. Liam keeps Bill in the dark. The Bold and the Beautiful reveals that Steffi Forrester will catch Luna Nozawa and John Finn Finnegan together, while Liam Spencer keeps Bill Spencer in the dark. At Il Giardino, Bill will join Liam at a table, where they'll trade apologies after their recent fight. Liam will insist life's too short to let a disagreement derail their relationship, and will thank Bill for turning him into the man he's become. Bill will think that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to him, and will praise Liam for making him want to be a better man too. There'll be some sweet moments as Bill admits he can't imagine his life without Liam in it. As for Liam's resignation, Bill will refuse to accept it, and will make a prediction about Liam leading Spencer Publications into the future. Liam will offer a sad smile since he obviously won't expect to live long enough for that, but he won't tell Bill about his inoperable brain tumor. Sheila Sharp will interrupt Bill and Liam's conversation at one point, so that'll give her a chance to thank Bill for getting Luna pardoned. Although Bill will act like the ship has sailed when it comes to Luna and Finn's chance at bonding, Sheila won't be so sure. At the Cliff House, Luna will want to know Finn as her father and she'll think he wants to know her as well. Finn will point out that they can't go back, and will remind Luna that she's a grown woman who's done horrible things. However, Luna will believe that Steffi is the reason Finn is keeping her apart, and will continue to beg for the chance to truly bond with him. Finn will stand his ground and make it clear that Luna can't come over there again. After Finn declares that they'll never have a relationship, Steffi will walk through the door and demand answers. Steffi will flip out at the sight of Luna with Finn in their own home, so they'll have some explaining to do soon enough. Next on Monday's B&B episode, Hope will summon Liam back to Brooke Logan's place, so he'll wonder what's wrong. That'll lead to Hope talking about doing some soul-searching, and realizing she took Liam's love for granted. Liam will assure Hope that she didn't and point out that they both made mistakes. There'll be some talk about Beth Spencer and what a wonderful little girl they made together. Liam will assure Hope that he's always going to be with her one way or another before they embrace, but they'll struggle to hide their emotions over each other's shoulder. Hope won't let on like she knows about Liam's imminent grim fate, so that'll add to the weight of these powerful scenes. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Hope will want to do everything she can to support Liam after getting updates on his awful medical news. Hope desperate, Luna vs. Steffi, Liam and Bill's confrontation. The Bold and the Beautiful are here. Next week, fans can expect Hope Logan to become desperate to save Liam Spencer. Bill Spencer faces his son. Also, Luna Nozawa surprises Steffi Forrester Finnegan and John Finn Finnegan. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Steffi Forrester Finnegan's Betrayal. Liam can anticipate finding out next week that Hope already knows the truth about his brain tumor. Liam didn't want anyone knowing unless it was on his terms. Steffi agreed to keep the secret, but she knew that it wasn't right to keep Hope in the dark. After all, they both have children with Liam. Since at the end of the week, Finn and Taylor Hayes reassure Steffi, Liam must get upset when he learns what she's done. Liam should understand that Steffi was really tortured by keeping this secret, even from her enemy. Hope Logan's desperation. Next week, expect Liam to get a reminder. That reminder will have to do with Hope's intense conviction and ability to fight for the future. Considering that her song is titled Hope for the Future, that is an intriguing formulation. There might be a clue in there. Moving on, Hope will cling to Liam, desperately hoping for a miracle. Liam will also go through a bit of grieving as he thinks about losing Kelly Spencer and Beth Spencer. Bill Spencer's emotional reckoning. Over at Il Giardino, Liam will wait for his father. Liam sent a text message wanting to meet and Bill agreed. While Liam might try to play it cool at first, Bill will be able to tell that something isn't right. Eventually, Liam will have to tell him the truth that he's dying. Luna Nozawa's plea. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for next week reveal that Luna will approach Finn once again. Fans watched Luna stroll into the Cliff House to approach Finn when Steffi wasn't there. However, Luna has another meeting with Finn and Steffi is there as well. While Luna will issue an emotional plea, Steffi is likely to reject it. Liam is the only thing that could sway her opinion. Fans can also expect Carter to inform Brooke Logan that he still wants Hope back. The next day, Daphne Rose pressures Carter to move on with her to the heart of a Monday that will ripple through the lives of nearly every central character in Los Angeles. The latest episode of The Bold and the Beautiful plunges the canvas into a maelstrom of secrets, betrayals, and emotional confessions, beginning with a subtle but devastating concealment and climaxing with a thunderous confrontation. Liam Spencer, caught between the suffocating weight of his terminal diagnosis and the need to preserve the peace among those he loves most, sits across from his father, Bill Spencer, at Il Giardino, in a quiet, sun-dappled corner of a restaurant that has seen its fair share of life-altering decisions. What begins as an olive branch, a gesture toward repairing a father-son bond strained by recent arguments, quickly morphs into a bittersweet portrait of denial and love. Bill's eyes soften as Liam expresses his gratitude, reminding him that even when their ideologies clash, the foundation of their relationship has always been solid. "You made me the man I am," Liam says, his voice laced with a tremor he hides beneath a half-smile. Bill, stunned and clearly moved, counters with a rare vulnerability of his own. He can't imagine life without Liam. However, the audience is painfully aware of the irony as the proud father outlines his vision of Liam leading Spencer Publications into the future. Liam won't live to see that day, not unless a miracle intervenes, and though his eyes momentarily flicker with the shadows of that knowledge, he says nothing, refusing to dampen Bill's hopes. Not yet. Not here. Not today. Even in brief moments, Sheila's interruptions of the chaos creator serve as a reminder that time is limited, and that candid conversations are rare. And yet Liam, determined to keep Bill from the crushing truth for now, quickly recovers, hiding behind the mask of composure as Sheila thanks Bill for his part in securing Luna's pardon. But the true eruption is brewing elsewhere on the cliffs, where the ocean breeze can't carry away the rising tensions inside the Forrester-Finnegan household. Luna Nozawa, fresh from her legal exoneration, steps into sacred ground, the home of Steffi and Finn, a space that once symbolized unity and resilience but now teeters on the edge of unraveling. Her eyes plead for something more than acknowledgement. She wants family. She wants her father. But John Finn Finnegan, caught in the impossible position between his wife's unwavering distrust and the sudden reappearance of a daughter born of secrets, is torn. He stands before Luna with a mix of sorrow and steel, reminding her that she is not a child, and that the choices she's made, though softened by context, have consequences. Luna insists that Finn's resistance isn't truly about her at all. It's Steffi, she believes, who has built the wall between them, whose disapproval is a firewall that Finn is too afraid to breach. And in truth, there's some merit to that theory. Finn's moral compass may be sturdy, but his loyalty to Steffi, forged in fire and tragedy, guides his every move. When he finally declares with quiet finality that there will be no relationship, no bond, no second chances, he doesn't realize the storm he's summoned. The door opens. Steffi steps through, and like lightning meeting dry kindling, everything ignites. Steffi doesn't need to ask questions. She sees Luna in her home, standing inches from her husband, and every instinct screams betrayal. What is she doing here? Her voice slices through the tension, sharp and dangerous. This isn't just about Luna crossing a boundary, it's about trust, about what it means to protect your marriage and your family. Steffi has fought too hard, bled emotionally too many times, to let anyone, especially Luna, challenge the sanctity of her union with Finn. The air turns electric as she demands answers, her eyes darting between the two with suspicion, hurt, and rage. Luna, suddenly on the defensive, insists it's not what it looks like, that she only came to plead her case, not to interfere. But it's too late. The damage is done. The sight alone is enough to fracture the fragile peace Steffi has tried to maintain, and the confrontation promises to explode in the days to come. Meanwhile, back at Brooke Logan's estate, Hope is preparing to shatter under the weight of truth she cannot speak aloud. She calls Liam over under the pretense of needing to talk, but every glance, every syllable reveals more than she intends. She knows. Steffi told her. And now Hope carries the burden of pretending she doesn't, all while trying to reconnect with the man she never truly stopped loving. Their conversation begins tentatively, with Hope admitting she's done some soul-searching. She realizes she took Liam's love for granted, and though Liam is quick to insist that they both made mistakes, the truth remains. They were once magic, and somewhere along the way, the world and their choices dismantled that magic. But today, with Liam staring at a ticking clock and Hope drowning in grief she can't yet express, the walls fall away. They speak of Beth, of the family they built, of the unspoken dreams they still share. Hope throws her arms around Liam, the embrace fierce and trembling. Their cheeks brush as they each blink back, tears, his for what's coming, hers for what she's already learned. It is an almost goodbye masked as a moment of clarity, a cruelly tender illusion of a second chance. Yet the weight of Steffi's betrayal, if it can be called that, still looms. While Liam understands Steffi's heart was in the right place when she broke her promise to stay silent, the revelation that Hope now knows his diagnosis could be a breach too far. One of Liam's last powers was control over his story, and Steffi's choice, no matter how well-intentioned, might cause a painful breakup between them. Steffi, after all, didn't do it out of malice. She did it out of conscience and out of empathy. Watching Hope walk around blind to the reality of Liam's fate was too much. Especially as a mother herself, Steffi knew that keeping Hope in the dark about something so monumental was more than unfair, it was cruel. And so she told her. The fallout, however, could be immense. Especially once Liam learns the timing. That Steffi kept it from him until after she had already pulled the pin on the truth grenade. However, the irony lies in the fact that Steffi and Hope, who have been enemies for a long time, now share a new heartbreaking bond. They both want to save Liam, and neither of them can. In the shadows of this emotional devastation, Bill, too, is about to be thrust into reality's cruel spotlight. Though Liam spent the first part of the week refusing to tell his father the truth, the dam can only hold so long. Eventually, he'll have no choice but to break the news that his time is running out. Bill, a man who has built empires and weathered public disgrace, will finally come face to face with something he can't manipulate or outmaneuver: mortality. Not his own, but that of his son. And how will he handle it? How does a man who once promised to protect Liam from everything react when he learns he is powerless to save him? The reckoning will be brutal, emotional, and long overdue. But as all this brews, Luna remains the wild card in an increasingly chaotic narrative. Her decision to visit Finn, to plead for a relationship despite all warnings and obstacles, reveals a desperation that goes beyond familial longing. She wants connection, identity, redemption. And Finn, for all his cold resistance, is not made of stone. Although Steffi may have drawn a line in the sand, Liam's condition and his role as the family's moral compass may alter everything. If Liam asks Steffi to reconsider, to show Luna mercy in honor of the fleeting time they have left, what then? Will Steffi relent? Will Finn cave? Will Luna finally get the father she has sought for so long, or will this hope, like so many others, end in sorrow? And even beyond this central drama, other players stir. Carter Walton, once a quiet background player in the chaos of Forrester and Logan love lives, begins to make his move. He tells Brooke that he still wants Hope back despite everything. But before that wish can take root, Daphne Rose steps into the frame, pressuring Carter to move forward with her. Another triangle begins to take shape, one far from the storm of Liam's illness, but still poised to shift the emotional landscape of the show. And through it all, the specter of death looms large. Liam, though still standing, feels it every time he looks at Kelly's drawings, at Beth's toys, at the life he has built and must now prepare to leave behind. It's there in every smile he fakes, in every secret he keeps, and in every moment he spends making peace with his past. Hope, Steffi, Bill, Finn, Luna. They are all caught in the gravitational pull of his fate, each one orbiting the void he is trying not to leave behind. As the week unfolds, the fallout from Steffi catching Luna and Finn together will reverberate through every relationship. Trust will be tested. Relationships will change. And through it all, Liam's secret will pulse beneath the surface like a ticking clock, counting down to the moment when there will be no more secrets left to keep, no more words left to say, and no more time left to make things right. The bold and the beautiful has long specialized in melodrama, but in this moment it transcends soap opera to become something deeply human. A story of how love endures in the face of loss, how forgiveness is never easy, and how sometimes the boldest thing you can do is tell the truth even if it breaks your heart to do it. Carter, she may already be too late. Daphne is laying groundwork like a pro, and Carter, heartbroken and vulnerable, may soon find himself entangled in something deeper than even he expects. In the midst of all this, Finn also finds himself drawn deeper into Liam's orbit. When Liam visits Finn at the hospital and makes an emotional request that Finn be the bridge of peace between Steffi and Hope. Once Liam's gone, the two men share a rare moment of emotional honesty. It's not just about family politics or past rivalries anymore. It's about legacy, about leaving behind more than pain. Liam's trust in Finn, the very man who once rivaled him for Steffi's heart, speaks volumes about how deeply the diagnosis is changing him. The question is, can Finn succeed where so many others have failed? Can he actually bring peace between the warring queens of Forrester and Logan Land? Meanwhile, Carter's professional life is just as precarious as his personal one. Having already been cast as the villain in Hope's eyes during the Forrester creation's power struggle, when he sided with Ridge and effectively cost Hope her job in her line, Carter was already climbing out of a deep trust deficit. It is important to note that Carter's pattern of falling in and out of love frequently occurs at the same time, as times when his loyalty to the Forresters takes precedence over his emotional intelligence. He is a man of principle, sure, but his principles often leave him painfully alone. He's been second best to Maya, a rebound for Zoe, a regret for Quinn, an afterthought for Katie, and now a casualty in Hope's crisis. But Daphne? Daphne is presenting herself as someone who sees Carter not as a backup plan, but as the main event. That attention is intoxicating for Carter, who is emotionally spiraling, whether that is true or performance. The fandom is split wide open. Team Darter is gaining traction, with fans insisting that Carter deserves someone who makes him a priority. He's not a consolation prize, one fan posted online. He's a whole meal. Others are deeply skeptical of Daphne's timing and motives. There are a lot of viewers who are convinced that Daphne is using Carter as a pawn to settle scores, either for herself or on Steffi's behalf. The whispers of manipulation are getting louder. Still, for every doubter, there's someone rooting for a fresh start. After all, Daphne might begin her pursuit under false pretenses, but emotional bonds have a way of shifting intention. The most compelling villains in soap history are always those who start to believe their own lies, and maybe, just maybe, Daphne will fall for Carter for real. Of course, this sets the stage for one of the most explosive showdowns imaginable. Because just as Carter begins to melt into Daphne's arms, Hope will arrive, transformed by Liam's dying words, ready to reclaim the love she pushed away. It's poetic, it hurts, and Lawrence St. Victor and Annika Noel should give performances worthy of an Emmy. Picture it. Carter and Daphne, mid-kiss, mid-connection, their shared grief blossoming into something passionate, and then Hope steps into the room. She's breathless, eyes wide with realization, and in a single glance everything changes. That moment's emotional smoldering could fuel weeks of repercussions. Hope, once so sure of her devotion to Liam, now left adrift as he fades away and Carter fades toward someone new. Carter was torn between the woman he loved and the one who took his broken heart. Daphne, triumphant or threatened. Drama abounds in the options, no matter which route the writers take. But let's not forget the most pressing question of all. Is Carter truly ready to move on? Or is he just surviving? Can a man who's been emotionally starved for so long tell the difference between love and comfort? And can Daphne, whose motivations are still cloaked in mystery, truly offer him something real? With Hope choosing to spend Liam's final days as a family, Carter has no choice but to accept a new reality. But whether that reality becomes a love story or another cautionary tale depends on what's driving Daphne, and whether Hope comes back into the picture too late. As for Liam, his presence, even as it dims, will continue to shape the lives of those he loves. He's not just leaving behind memories, he's leaving behind a request, a challenge, and a fragile hope that those who survive him can find peace, love, and understanding in the wreckage. It's a tall order, especially in a town where alliances are fleeting and love triangles turn on a dime. But if the bold and the beautiful has taught us anything, it's that the heart is never simple, and timing is everything. So pour yourself a glass of something strong, grab the tissues and clear your evenings, because this story is just getting started, and no heart will escape unscathed.